Today, FDA priority review designations in breast cancer and non-small cell lung cancer, promising phase 3 findings in ovarian cancer, a European regulatory advance in skin cancer, encouraging immunotherapy results in Hodgkin lymphoma, and a change by CVS Health on a dispensary exclusion plan. Welcome to Enclave News Network. I'm Gina Columbus. The FDA has granted the CDK4/6 inhibitor ribociclib a priority review for use in combination with letrozole as a potential treatment for patients with hormone receptor positive, HER2 negative advanced breast cancer. The new drug application is primarily based on phase 3 results from the Mona Lisa 2 trial, in which the combination reduced the risk of progression or death by 44% versus letrozole alone. After a median follow-up of 15.3 months, the ribociclib group's median progression-free survival had yet to be reached, while the placebo arm had an estimated median PFS of 14.7 months. Under the priority review designation, the FDA will issue its final decision within 6 months. In non-small cell lung cancer, the FDA granted a priority review to a new drug application for brigatinib for patients with metastatic ALK-positive disease who are resistant to crizotinib. The application, which is based on findings from the phase 2 ALTA trial, follows an FDA breakthrough therapy designation that was received in October 2014. In results from the ALTA study presented at the 2016 ASCO annual meeting, the confirmed objective response rate for brigatinib at 180 milligrams daily was 54%, and the median progression-free survival was 12.9 months. The FDA is scheduled to make a final decision on the application by April 29, 2017. In advanced BRCA-positive ovarian cancer, treatment with olaparib was associated with a significant improvement in progression-free survival versus placebo in the maintenance setting, according to results from the phase 3 SOLO-2 trial. Although specific results are not yet available, AstraZeneca, the developer of the PARP inhibitor, said that it will work with regulatory authorities to make olaparib available for maintenance use. The agent is already approved for women with BRCA-positive disease following treatment with 3 or more lines of therapy. In the phase 2 Study 19 trial, olaparib was investigated in patients with platinum-sensitive, relapsed recurrent BRCA-positive ovarian cancer who received more than 2 prior lines of platinum-based therapy. The median PFS was 8.4 months in patients who received olaparib versus 4.8 months in the placebo arm. The difference was more significant in those with BRCA mutations at 11.2 versus 4.3 months, respectively. The European Medicines Agency accepted and validated a marketing authorization application for avelumab as a treatment for patients with Merkel cell carcinoma. The application was based on results from the phase 2 Javelin Merkel 200 trial, in which the PD-L1 inhibitor demonstrated an objective response rate of 31.8%, including a 9.1% complete response rate. At a median follow-up of 10.4 months, 82% of patients continued to respond to therapy. The median progression-free survival with avelumab was 2.7 months, and the 6-month PFS rate was 40%. The median overall survival was 11.3 months, while the 6-month OS rate was 69%. Avelumab has already received a breakthrough therapy designation in the United States for the same indication. In classical Hodgkin lymphoma, phase 2 findings show that nivolumab had an objective response rate of 73% in a cohort of patients who received brentuximab vedotin before and or after autologous hematopoietic stem cell transplantation. The updated findings from the CheckMate 205 study are consistent with prior results from a separate cohort in the trial that supported the May 2016 FDA approval of nivolumab for patients with CHL who relapse or progress after AHSCT and post-transplantation brentuximab vedotin. The new results showed that in patients who received brentuximab vedotin before AHSCT, after AHSCT, or both, the overall response rates were 70%, 72%, and 88% respectively. And finally, CVS Health has changed its mind about excluding physician-owned dispensaries from Medicare Part D drug distribution. The Part D class includes the rising class of oral oncolytics that are both lucrative and make up a growing proportion of oncology drugs prescribed. The implementation would have begun in January 2017 and CVS had already begun notifying physician dispensaries and beneficiaries of the decision to abandon an exclusion plan. The pharmacy benefit manager, which owns a chain of 10,000 pharmacies, had been accused by oncologists of trying to cut them out of business so it could capture more of the oral oncolytics market. Although the policy had been found to be in conformance with long-standing CMS policy, a spokesperson for CVS said the company was not going to go through with it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching on Clive News Network. I'm Gina Columbus.